want to touch on the two detectives. Detective Sergeant Reynaldo Guevara and Detective Halvorsen. When I mention them two names, what type of feelings come out?
Disgust. Like, you guys are a disgrace. Like, I remember a time, I'm going to keep it real with you, age 4 or 5, I've always wanted to be a police officer. But I ended up being one of the bad guys.
Time out. Back this up. Hold up. Say it one more time.
At the age of 4 or 5, I've always wanted to be a police officer. I wanted to clean the streets of Chicago. I just ended up being one of the bad guys.
Okay.
And so these detectives are a disgrace. Thank God, thank you that they are finally out in the open. The light has hit. They're dirty cops. They got found guilty of being dirty cop. One cop is dead already. Halvorsen is dead.
He died in 2020.
Yes, he died. And then the other one was already taken out. I think he got found guilty, convicted, whatever the fuck he did. They knew he was dirty cops. A lot of people's cases got turned around. 2 of my co-defendants are offered $17.5 million for them. You know what I'm saying? Thank God that a lot of people are getting ready to come home because they framed a lot of people just to make their name.
Now, I want to touch on that so the people know exactly what we're talking about. So these two detectives framed over 50 people, men and women, mostly Latinos, in the city of Chicago. Now, the city of Chicago has settled for over $100 million with other cases pending. Guevara, what's his name? Guevara is alleged to have beat people to force them into making false confessions or intimidated witnesses to make fake statements stating that they were at murder scenes when they really were not. Guevara is even alleged to have told witnesses who to select from police lineups. All right, the ex-cop has not been charged with any crimes. Now, but at the same time, when he's called as a witness in these lawsuits, he has been pleading the fifth. So that's almost saying that
you know he dirty. You know he dirty. Like, it's so many people getting paid off because of their ass. I mean, I could get paid off too. I just don't have the means to get an attorney or whatever to do my lawsuit. But they're dirty as fuck. I was 15 years old. I didn't have a youth officer present. My mother wasn't present. They told my mother I was a witness to a murder. They went to my mom's house and told her I had witnessed a murder, and that they would call her when it was time to see.
Now, walk us through when they picked you up.
When they arrested us, we was coming from the funeral home, heading back to the neighborhood. We was getting our separate ways. We was going our separate ways. I was getting ready to get in the car and go to Puerto Rico. So one of my co-defendants, Marilyn Madi, she had called me to the corner. Was like, damn, you ain't gonna say bye to me? So I went to the corner to shake up with her. And the minute we was getting ready to shake up, all the police came. So they had arrested me and her. The other co-defendant, Tuthi, she turned herself in with a lawyer. The only reason she turned herself in was because we recognized that somebody was pointing us out. So when we realized that somebody was pointing us out, we were telling the guys that someone actually was pointing out, they had to rush her out so she wasn't able to identify Tuthi. So they took us to the scene of the crime. They specifically asked which one of you bitches want to come shoot me with my dick in my hand. They took us to the neighborhood, Beach and Spalding, the heart of Latin Kings. A gun was to my head by the Latin Kings, and the detective said, "Which either y'all can sign these statements or y'all can get out right here." If they would have released me right there, I would have died. I would have never made it out. So we said, "Well, sign the statements." They took us to the police station. They walked us around the cameras. They didn't let me talk to a youth officer. No youth officer was present. My mother wasn't present. They gave me cigarettes. They gave me food. Knowing I was a minor, they still was giving me cigarettes. One of the detectives was telling me that I looked fuckable. He was like, if we didn't bring you into the station, I would have said you escaped. You would have gave me some of that pussy. I was like, you still want to go? He was like, you're already in the station. So, I mean, they were dirty ass cops. They were. Motherfuckers.
All right, so you've been charged. Now, how long was it until you went to trial?
I got My case was in 92. I got found guilty in 93. So it was about a little over a year and a half. A little year and a half.
Now, eventually your mother did come down to the police station, correct?
Yeah.
Now, what happened when your mother did?
She was turned around at the door. They told her that she couldn't see me just yet. That's because they were taking a statement from me. Okay. They had made their own statement. They were coming to me saying that my other co-defendant, Madi Malero, was saying that I did it, and they was going to her telling her I was saying that she did it. So they said if we both took one case, one body, then it would be over with. So I took one murder and she took one murder. They had the statement already written out, so they would not let my mom see me until I signed all the statement. Mind you, I was never searched because I was 15. I was a minor. So they never searched me. So when my mother was finally able to see me, she told the detectives, you know, she's high. She's intoxicated. Why did you not test her? He was like, what? So she snatched drugs out of my pocket. It was like, she has PCP. She has acid. She's tripping on acid while you questioning her. And I was never tested for that. She was like, you have a picture. They literally took a picture of me signing the statement, me laughing, like just laughing with a pack of cigarettes and a McDonald's burger.
A pack of cigarettes?
They gave me a pack of cigarettes to smoke.
To a minor?
To a minor. To a minor. And they took a picture of it. So he told my mother she had to leave, whatever. It was done. I was being processed. They told me when I signed the statement, they was like, you signed it, you good because you're a minor. Mind you, I had just beat a case on my juvenile. You know what I'm saying? I had just beat a double murder on juvenile. So when he told me I was going to be tried as a juvenile, I didn't have a problem signing the statement. After I signed the statement, he told me I was going to die in prison. I was being charged in his jail.
That's all dope. Mm-hmm. All right, so when they transported you, did they take you to a juvenile facility?
Yes, I did go to the Adi home. I went to the Adi home for a little less than a year. When I turned 17 on my 17th birthday, I was in Cook County. I was transferred to the Delk County. And from there, May, I got transferred in May on my birthday. September, I was found guilty. December, I was sentenced.
Walk us through your sentencing day.
Whew. Yeah, it was December. I remember I didn't give a fuck. Going to court, I always gangbanged. I didn't wear I was mad because my mother made me wear a flower dress for trial to get on the stand, and they talked about me so bad because they knew that wasn't my style. They was like, did you wear ponytails and a skirt when you killed them? You know what I'm saying? So it pissed me the fuck off, so I cussed my mama out. I was like, fuck you. I'm going the way I want to feel comfortable. So I would always go on my black and blues, my hat to the right. Okay, it is what it is. So that was the day that Loca D had became a bitch. Nobody had never seen me cry in the courtroom. Everybody always said that bitch is cold-hearted. I was smiling at the victim's family. I didn't give a fuck about none of that shit. So when I didn't give a fuck about nothing at all. So when I was in the bullpen, my public defender came to me and gave me my sentencing paper so we could sign for an appeal. So I was like, oh, okay. So I'm looking at the paper and I'm looking at it and it said natural life. I said, what's that? He was like, that's what you're going to be sentenced to today. That was the first time that I saw myself break. I didn't break as a child, being beat, raped, none of that. I never broke until I saw that paper. I broke. I was on my knees. The police were mad, cussed my lawyer out. They was like, she can kill us. She can do anything right now because she knows she don't have nothing to lose right now. It's not your place to give her sentence. You should have never did that. When I came into the courtroom, I was bawling. Everybody was looking at me like, what the fuck? That's the first time they had ever seen me cry. And the judge had nothing to say but don't cry now. Don't cry now. So when I was sentenced to life in prison, I just hit the floor. They wheelchaired me in, gave me some shots to calm me down. There was nothing I could say. I couldn't even make a statement. There was nothing I could say. My life was over with. At that moment, all I kept saying was, I'm never going to have a child. I'm never going to experience being a mother. I had never been to the zoo, never been to an amusement park, never been to a water park, never ate lobster, never, you know what I'm saying? I never did a lot of things. Never been to prom. I've never been to none of that. So I knew that my whole life was over.